right. Hey, savages. Welcome to your spoon fed edition presented by SavageRiffs.com. We're looking at Field Team 6, the Legion's least or lowest heroes, who are just, they're out on just a regular patrol through southeast and northeast Arkansas. Uh, yeah, so I decided to, so we're looking at this adventure called Welcome to the World. We're on this scene called it's a Dead Boy Party. So I'm gonna have a couple of videos with the card draw up top and my little figurine video, like parody of what's happening. But for the post itself, we start off with something real interesting: the field intel briefing. In order to actually have knowledge of the field intel briefing, you have to have the field intel edge. Bonus! I don't know if anybody has it, but feel free to give it a look because it gives like sort of like a meta of like what's happening, and like Pender Lumpkus like was at the briefing, but he was just asleep, and he didn't get it, so he got nothing out of it. So I don't know. I just love making him a complete idiot. So we start off with we mostly made it. So Peter Lumpkiss does his thing, talking up the Field Team 6 members while like a storm is raging on around. He's like slipping, sliding, twisting, and like, go, really great job. Way to find the way, guys. Great day, you're cool. Keith, have a rope. Don't fly away. Um, so yeah, he just does a bunch of silly stuff like that. Really cheering you guys on as you slog your way through this horrible muck and swamp grassland of southeast, going up to northeast Arkansas to Crowley's, which is part of like it's near Crowley's Ridge. Yeah, as you're getting there, you guys pass through under a ley line, so 42, yum 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 yum, time to eat. And then it's about like a half mile past the ley line to Crowley's. But before we get there, I give Ophelia a little object read, kind of bam bam flashes. First one is sort of the end of the murder-thon that you got. We just passed it because I didn't want to drag it out for another quad. And I thought it would be really fun for it to come back. Which is also sort of like, I think somebody wanted to have like Widowmaker's gang show up and like cause some trouble for the Field Team 6, and but it ended up being Care Bears. So like it gives some tie into as why Widowmaker gang didn't show up. And then also because people want a drama, the second vision is just really quick. And Soren, you'll never be able to get back to it because it's like a future vision. It's just a freak thing. But it's sort of weird because, you gotta read it. But yeah, that's a little drama in there for you guys. Then we get down to Crowley might be gone, but it's decked out for dead boys and it's a party. So you get to Crowley, storm's still going, winds howling, it's slippery, slidey, mucky. It's just the worst weather. I feel bad for Jane. Sorry about that. And anyone who doesn't like water, so I'm really sorry. That was a bad phobia to choose. So like Crowley's it's just rubble. There's no trading posts. Pender's just freaking out, like, what's going on? He's freaking out. There's no trading posts, just rubble. Looks like it's like windswept, rain soaked, maybe exploded. I don't know, but I put a little knowledge engineering OCC there for any of you engineers, and Pender's out there in like a Hawaiian shirt and shorts and like white tennis shoes, and he has a helmet and a sidearm. He takes the helmet off, which was like the only thing like protecting his head, and he's like, "What's going? Where is everybody?" And he's like on the ground looking around, and He's like, Keith, Ophelia, do you sense anyone? Help me. But before we can even get to sensing anybody, it's a dead boy party. So I wrote this part like about 3 times, and I thought it kept getting better and better. And then like this last time, I was like, oh, you know what? I should just write it as if it's actually dark, because it is dark. So I sort of took out a lot of like the descriptive narration parts that I put in, and I sort of threw it into Pender's voice. Like apparently he can just see in the dark perfectly, and he's like really great at it. So he's just calling it out as he sees it, like a play by play, like go like soccer style, So he's just calling it out as things are happening, like these something comes through the dark and it starts yelling incoherent sentences, and he explains what it is, and then something else comes out into the from the dark, and it's like some monotone chromatic chorus. Please desist your escape. We are friends. The coalition merely wishes to catalog you. Please prepare to be captured at your earliest inconvenience. Like, what could that be? And so Pender explains what that is. The Skelebots! And explains exactly what they all have in their armaments. And, his eyes are, like, glowing blue, like he's, like, seeing through the dark. And, and then it's like, and then there's like some heavy footfalls behind the Skelebots, and he's like, oh, it's the grunts and stuff, and then one of the grunts calls out to the field. And this is sort of like a fun thing I thought would be really cool. Like red laser dots paint the chests of all the field team members except Jane. What? Except Jane? What does that mean? Can they see Jane? And because like Jane rocked the stealth roll, and so I thought that'd be sort of cool, and so like this one coalition dude through his loudspeaker, the armor, he's like, "Good day, mates. Stand aside. Official CS business. Toss down your weapons. We'll give you a once over. Don't need anyone to go be a drongo now. All right, stubby coolers. Get these blue skins rounded up and ready for my car." And like Pender's like, "Is that J.R. the Thunder from Down Under Smith? I'm in love." No, he doesn't say that, but it's like he is the outside hitter for the Comanche Knights volleyball squad. Badass. Maybe you could tell us what happened to Crowley. I bet he couldn't, Pender. He could probably say, yeah, we blew it sky high. And then like Pender's like, none of you are on the CS kill list, right? And then he's like, oh wait, like half of you guys might be kill on sight. Oh god, Pender, what a doof. Then like of course, right? Because, like, I'm always trying to kill Pender. And there's, like, this... because, like, Keith and Lulu were in charge of, like, the notice rolls. I gave them, like, this, like, sort of scene where, like, they can, like... They can see or hear, like, this bullet coming towards the group. And it's, like, going to Pender, right? But they can't see, like, who's firing it. They can't see that. They're, like... That person's, like... way too far away, like 75 inches to the south, like off the map. And like if they try to like double back or get to them, like they're always like these, whoever's tracking the group, they're really good. They just like messed up being stealthy. But like they're really good. And like, so like Pender looks like he's gonna get tagged twice. Once on Lulu's turn and once on Keith's turn. So they have, as an action, they could do something to prevent Pender from getting hit by a custom-made Vigo firearm bullet. So, like, it could be as simple as knocking Pender down, putting up a barrier, like using telekinesis or something like that. You can have fun. It takes an action. and you can just sort of narrate what you don't even have to roll a skill for that. You can just be like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna save Pender by doing this, and just describe what you're gonna do. Like, I cut Pender's legs off so he's a little shorter. Yeah, sure, whatever. You could join Captain Claude as a cyborg true Atlantean. All right, and then we get into like the nitty gritty. Players are going to be going first. The CS technically has the high card. They got King of Hearts on the draw. So I'd like everybody to just include an athletics roll, or if you have to be a special snowflake and you get a roll agility instead, toss that in. Just on the off chance that you might like shoot them, they're going to try to interrupt you and shoot you back. But right now they're not actually firing at you guys. They're more interested in getting the DBs, but they're aware of you guys, with the exception of maybe Jane. I don't know. And I pre-populated all your posts. I'm gonna change the names from Pender to you guys shortly after I get this post out. And then the fun part, right? Just like some general scene modifiers that I just sort of scoured and came up with to try to like give this a whole like stormy weather, like Storm of the Century meets Tomorrow Legion meets the Coalition, just to like give it some added drama, like what seems like, there's no idyllic scene to be had. It's just a gritty scene. So I got this like stormy and dark, sort of like a illumination and unstable platform penalties, because like winds rocking you to and fro make it really hard to like throw or fire a ranged weapon. It's really dark because it is at night and it's super stormy, so it's just like illumination penalties, and it's actually really hard to probably see the Skelebots because it is so dark. Unless you have like you might have some like high-end optics on your armor or something like that, and you'd be fine. And then I have like this stuck in the mud sort of deal where it's like difficult ground. So basically every 2 inches of your pace moves you 1 inch. And then also just for fun, it's like super slick, right? So now if you try to run, you have to roll athletics, and if you fail, you take a level fatigue from bumps and bruises on your run as you're slipping and sliding and crashing into things. But the good thing is there's lots of little cover. There's like little rock outcroppings, little bushes, little trees, little pieces of rubble. You can pretty much move any 3 inches and get into some light cover. Or if you wanted to move 3 inches and take an action, you can get into some medium cover. So I put the rules down for that, just so you guys could be aware. But yeah, so I really look forward to seeing your posts, and I'll try to be on top and reading it. And if I see something that's like, oh my gosh, the CS would totally just open fire and try to interrupt that, like they're not gonna let themselves be mind controlled or shot with some size slinging bullets or whatever like that, we can do that. If it looks like you guys are more like, okay, you know what, let's I'm looking forward to what you guys are going to do. So like Rob was like, oh, can we just flee and come back later? I was like, yeah, sure, you can flee and come back later. We might do something else that's dramatic for the fleeing. But I look forward to seeing what you guys are doing. Put down a post, and I'll read it, and we'll see what happens with the CS turn in next round. Okay, well that's it. Don't want to go too long, but thank you for listening and watching this spoon-fed edition of Field Team 6. Welcome to the world. It's a Dead Boy party. Brought to you by SavageRifts.com. If you're interested in play-by-post and having lots of fun, seeing Savage Rifts role-played up to 11, like the setting is dialed up to, come and join us. Make sure you mention Pender Lumpkiss brought you on board, so I get some credit. They give me about $1,000 a person I'm I'm just joking. Oh man. All right, hey you guys. Just peace out. Stay savage.